Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Mimi Dollars Collection. So I got some leftover beads at home and I decided to make this small mini bag. It's small, nice, cute and portable. So I'm going to be showing you how to make this bag. It's a half love shape bag. So we are going to be making this bag together. But before we dive into the video guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, like and share this video to support your girl, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell button so that when I upload a new video you get notified. So straight up, let us dive into the video. So I'm using sugar beads, our fishing line 0.7 and our scissors. Our sugar beads is 10 millimeters. Okay, so we are going to start beading with 5 beads. So I'm starting with 5 beads. I'm adding all my 5 beads to my fishing line. Then I'll pick up the last bead and I'm going to cross it over and pull. I'll cross it over and pull. And then we have a first ring of 5. This is our ring. So moving on, we are going to add 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and then we'll cross with the last bead. All right. So we'll add 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and we'll cross with the last bead and pull. Make sure the ends of your fishing lines are equal before you pull it down. So right here we have a ring of 6. So we started with 5 ring and then now we have a ring of 6. We are going to repeat that again. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and then we'll cross with the last bead. I'm crossing with the last bead and I'll pull it out. I'll pull. And this is the 3rd ring. So I'm going to do that one more time. Okay. So I've just done so. So we have 4 rings, 3 rings of 6 and 1 ring of 5. So we are going to end with 5 rings. We want our beginning to be 5 and the end 5. So on my right line, I'll add 2. The left line, I'll add 1, then cross with 1 bead. Okay. So on my right fishing line, I'm going to add 2 beads. I'm going to add 2 beads on my right fishing line. On my left fishing line, I'm going to add 1 bead. And I'm going to cross with the last bead. We are turning from right to left, okay? So I'm going to cross with the last bead. That's it. 2 on my right, 1 on my left. Then I cross with the last bead. Can you see that? We want to end the ring with 5 beads, okay? We need 5 rings at the beginning, 5 at the end. So this is what you get, 5 at the beginning, 5 at the end. So your fishing line should be on the side bead, okay? We are going to start the 2nd line. So we are going to start increasing the line, okay? So from here, we are going to continue with 6 beads. On my right fishing line, I'm going to add 5 beads. And then I'll cross with the 5th bead. So I'm adding all my 5 beads to my right fishing line. I'll pick up the 5th bead or the last bead and I'll cross it over and pull. I'll pull it out. So here we have a ring of 6 and throughout we are going to weave with 6 rings, okay, from here. So we'll go into the next 2 beads in front. Our front fishing line will insert it into the next 2 beads in front. I'm going into the next 2 beads in front. And on my back fishing line, I'm going to keep adding 3 beads, okay? because we are adding up to 6. So on my back fishing line, I'm going to add 3 beads, and I'll cross with the 3rd bead and pull. So I'm crossing with the 3rd bead and I pull. So can you see we are building rings of 6. Our front fishing line will go into the next 2 beads, and on the back fishing line we'll keep adding 3 beads. So with my front fishing line, I'm going through the next 2 beads in front, whilst on the back fishing line I'll add 3 beads. I'll add 3 beads and cross with the 3rd bead, and we have another ring of 6. So I'm just going to weave this all the way down, and I'll meet you at the end, okay? So you continue the same method. So this is what I've been up to. So my front fishing line is going to go into the last 1 bead, all right? Into the last 1 bead. Right now our fishing line is in 2 beads, okay? And we are going to end the second line and turn. Right now our fishing line is in 2 beads, so we need 4 beads to complete the ring of 6. Okay, so I'm going to add 2 beads on my left fishing line. We are turning from left to right. I'll add 2 beads to my left fishing line, 1 bead to my right fishing line where we are turning to the right direction. Then I'll cross with the last bead. So can you see that? So I added 2 on my left, 1 on my right, then I cross with the last bead. All right, I cross. So right here our fishing line is in the side bead, and if you check the lines, we have 5 lines, 6 lines here. The next will be 7 lines, okay? So we are going to repeat this line again. All right, so my fishing line is in the side bead. I'm going to add 5 beads to my right fishing line. Sorry, I just flip it over to my right hand, okay? So I'm adding my 5 beads. I'm adding 5 beads, and then I'll cross with the last bead added. I'm going to cross with the 5th bead, and I'll pull. Make sure you are pulling your work, okay? So we are still increasing. Can you see? Our front fishing line is going to go into the next 2 beads in front, 2 beads in front, okay? Whilst on the back fishing line, we'll keep adding our 3 beads, okay? So my front fishing line would go into the next 2 beads in front. I'm going into the next 2 beads in front. And on the back fishing line, I'll keep adding my 3 beads. Okay, so our fishing line is in 3 beads. Therefore, we need 3 beads to complete the ring of 6. On my back fishing line, I'll add 3 beads. And I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead. Okay, so we are going to continue the same method into the next 2 beads in front. Let's do that one more time. I'm going into the next 2 beads in front with my front fishing line, and on the back fishing line we'll keep adding our 3 beads, and then we'll cross with the 3rd bead added. Okay, I'm adding 3 beads, and I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead and pull. So I'm going to continue to weave that all the way down. So this is what we have. And at the end, I'm going to go into the last one bead. Okay, our fishing line is in 2 beads, and then we need 4 beads to complete the ring of 6. Therefore, on my left fishing line, I'll add 2 beads on the right one, and I'll cross with the last bead. Okay, so we are turning again. So on my left fishing line, I added 2 beads. On my right fishing line, I'll add 1 bead, and then we are going to cross with the last bead. So I'm going to cross and pull, and then we are done with this ring of 6. Okay, so I'll flip it over to my right hand. Please watch carefully. Okay, right now we are going to start curving this shape. Our fishing line is in this side bead, so we are going to repeat this 5 ring, but on one side. Okay, please take note. So we need a ring of 5 because we want to start shaping this side. So on my right fishing line, I'm going to add 4 beads so that we can have a ring of 5. All right, so I added 4 beads. 4 beads. I'll pick up the last bead, and I'm going to cross it over and pull. I'll cross it over and pull like so. Can you see that we have a ring of 5? Yeah, okay. So after 2 rings of 6, you make a ring of 5. All right. So my front fishing line will weave the same method. The front fishing line would keep going into the next 2 beads in front as usual. And they will still add up to 6. Okay, and on the back fishing line we'll keep adding our 3 beads. We just want to shape one side of the bag. So you keep adding your 3 beads, and then you cross with the 3rd bead. Please take notes. All right, so we are shaping one side of the bag. Please weave the same method till the end. Okay, so we are at the end. The same thing we have been doing. We are going to go into the last bead at the end. We are shaping only one side of the bag. Okay, so we need the 5 ring only on one side of this bag. So right here we are going to turn the same method. We need the 5 only on this side. We are shaping one side of the bag. So the same turning we have been doing. On my left line, I'm adding 2 beads. On the right line, I'll add 1 bead, and I'm going to cross with the last bead. We are still adding up to 6 at the end. All right, can you see that? So this is the shape. We have 6 at the end, 5 on this side. So let me flip it to my right hand, and then we continue to weave. All right, please watch carefully because we are going to be reducing one side of the bag. Okay, it's very simple to make. So I'm going to start with 5 beads again. Like I said, on this side, we are only weaving 6 rings on one side. So I've added 5 beads. I'll pick up the last bead, and I'm going to cross it over. Guys, please just watch. If words fail me, I think the practicals will not fail. So we are going to go into the next 2 beads, the same weaving we have been doing. And on the back fishing line, we'll keep adding our 3 beads. Okay, I'm going into the next 2 beads, and on the back fishing line, I'll keep adding my 3 beads because we are still adding up to 6 till the end. Okay, so we are going to end on these 2 beads this time around because we are shaping one side of the bag. So this is it. I've been weaving. Our front fishing line will go into this last 2 beads right here on that 5 ring. All right, so we are going into this last 2 beads at the end, 1 and 2. So this is where we are going to end. All right. So I'm going into that last bead like so. So this is what you have. Our fishing line is in 3 beads. Okay. And we are going to be needing 3 beads to complete the ring of 6. So on my left fishing line, we are turning. I'm going to add 3 beads. Sorry. I'm going to add 3 beads. Okay. So I'll add all my 3 beads to my left line because we are turning. Okay. And then I'm going to cross with the last bead. I'll cross with the last bead and pull like so. Can you see we are shaping this side of the bag? Okay, whilst we are shaping this side will be increasing. Okay, can you see that? Our front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead. We want our fishing lines to be in 2 beads, so we are going into the next 1 bead in front. So our fishing line is in 2 beads. Okay, and on the back fishing line we are going to add 4 beads because we are still adding up to 6. So I'll flip it over to my right hand. Okay, I'll just flip it to my right hand. I'm most comfortable to weave from right to left. Okay, so you can see we are curving this side. So we are going to add 4 beads. We are still adding up to 6. So we are adding 4 beads. We'll cross with the 4th bead and pull. I'll pull it out. Can you see we are still shaping this side of the bag? Can you see that? So our front fishing line will keep going into the next 2 beads, and we'll be adding 3 beads on the back fishing line, the same weaving method till we get to the end. Okay, so this is what I've been up to. We are going to go into the last bead at the end. Our front fishing line will go into the last bead. As I said, this side will still be increasing while the side that we are curving will be reducing. Okay, so our fishing line is in 2 beads. We are going to turn the same turning we have been doing. 2 beads on the left line. On our left line we'll add 2 beads. On the right line we'll add 1 bead, and then we'll cross with the last one added. Okay, so I'll cross and pull. Can you see that? This is how your shape should be looking like. All right, so I'll turn it again to my right hand, and we are going to bead again. So we are repeating what we have been doing. We are starting with 5 beads. We'll continue with 3 beads till we get to this last 2 beads right here. Okay, like that. So we are going to bead all the way down. You go through 2 beads whilst you are adding 3 beads on your back fishing line. The same method. I'll meet you at the end. So we are at the end. I just added my 3 beads at the end. I went through the last 2 beads, and this is it. I added the 3 beads. Just the same thing we have been doing. So this is where we are. We want to do the final line. I'm going into the next 1 bead in front. We are doing the last line on this shape. Okay, so I'll add 3 beads because our last line, please watch carefully, our last line is going to start with 5 beads and it will end with 5 beads. Okay, so our fishing line is in 2 beads at the end. We need 5 at the beginning, 5 at the end to complete the shape. Okay, so I'm going to add 3 beads to add the ring to 5, or to form a ring of 5. I'll cross with the 3rd bead and pull like so. So right here we have a ring of 5. Can you see that? I'll keep going into the next 2 beads in front, whilst on the back fishing line you keep adding 3 beads, and at the end we are going to end with 5 ring as well. So we are almost done. So we are going to go. Can you see we have 5 rings there? We have six rings in the middle. So we are going into the last bead at the end. And at the end, we are going to end with 5 rings as well. All right. So my fishing line is in 2 beads. We need just 3 beads to complete this. And you are going to add 1 on your right, 1 on your left, and then you cross with the 3rd bead. All right. So this is it. 1 on your right, 1 on your left, you cross with the 3rd bead. We are going to form space inside our bag, okay? So look at where we have this 5. This is the mouth of the bag. So where this 5 ring is, this bead that is facing downward, we are going to weave an end there. This is the mouth of the bag, okay? So on this 5 ring, this bead that is facing downward, this bead right here, we are going to weave an end there. So we want to form space inside our bag. Please don't be confused. Make sure you are not confused. We are going to weave all the way down, all right? So you know how we weave, we add space in our bag. You start with 3 beads, you continue with 2 beads. So I'm going to start with 3 beads, like so. And I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead and pull. I'll pull it like so. Our front fishing line would go into the next 1 bead in front. Guys, please, I need you to pay attention, because okay, let's go. I'm going into the next 1 bead in front, and on the back fishing line I'll keep adding 2 beads. So please, I want you to take note that on this shape, if you weave it, when you are forming space inside the bag, if you are forming space on the right side on one side, make sure that the other side you are forming the space on the left side of the bag. So I'm going to explain further when we are done with both sides of the shape. Before we join the bag, I'll explain further, okay? So we are going to be weaving it like this. My fishing line, going to the next one bead all around the bag, and on the back fishing line we'll keep adding 2 beads. I know you can do this one, it's very simple. I'm going into the next 1 bead in front, and on the back fishing line you keep adding your 2 beads, and you are going to cross with the 2nd bead, or cross with the 2nd bead and pull, okay? So I'll weave all around this bag, and we'll be weaving 2 times, okay? So this is where we are. Can you see that? This is where we are. So this 5 ring right here will end here, and this is the mouth of the bag. This bead that is facing downwards, okay? We are going to end there. So I'm going into that bead right there. That's the last bead, and we are going to turn and weave 1 more time. With that same fishing line I inserted, I'm going to add 2 beads. We are making our reverse. We are turning. I'll add 2 beads and cross with the 2nd bead, and we are going to weave 1 more time all around the bag, starting with 3 beads, continue with 2 beads. So on our right fishing line, I'm adding 3 beads. I'll cross with the 2nd bead and pull. My front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead in front, and on the back fishing line you keep adding your 2 beads, okay? So please make sure that when you are increasing, or when you are forming space in your bag, when you are doing this, what I'm doing right now, make sure you make one side on the left and the other side should be on the right, okay? So we are going to weave all the way down like this 2 times. You can add it if you want it bigger. You can make it 3 times. You can even make it 4 times if you want the volume of your bag to be bigger. All right, you can weave 3 times, 4 times, depending on the size you want for your bag. If you want more space, go ahead and weave as many times as you want. So I'm done. So let me explain it to you right now. So can you see this? So this is the other side of the bag. When you place them together, it's going to form a heart. So this is half a heart-shaped bag, okay? Can you see that? So make sure that when you weave the two patterns of the bag or the two sides of the bag, when you add space on the right side on this one, on this side, like so, when you add a space, the other one you have to add a space on the back, okay, so that you have the both shapes meeting up like this together. If you weave in one direction, you are going to have them in the opposite direction, okay? So please take note of it. I hope you understand it. Make sure that the other one you weave on the back, the other one you weave at the front. That's just how I can explain it to you. So when you join it like this, it's going to form the heart shape, okay? So this is heart break or broken heart beaded bag. All right. So please, I hope that is clear. All right. I hope that is very clear. So we are going to join this bag together like so. We are going to join it because it's half a heart-shaped bag. So when we join it, it's going to be like this. All right. So to join this bag is very simple. On your back fishing line, you add one bead. With this same fishing line, you go through the first bead on the other side of the bag, and then you pick up one bead and you are going to cross it over. All right. You cross and pull. You cross it and pull. Make sure when you are joining your bag, you pull it very well. My right fishing line will go into the next one bead on the right, same as the left. So the right fishing line is going through the next one bead on my right side of the bag. The left fishing line is going through the next one bead on the left side of the bag. You're going to pick up one bead and you're going to cross it over and pull. Make sure you pull your work. Okay, you want to have a very stiff bag. So I'll repeat this one more time and I'll let you do the rest. So you can do it, all right? To save time, you can do it. So you just flip it over and you are going to bead till the end. Can you see that? So I'm done joining both sides and this is how it looks. This is a very cute mini bag. Please take note, the bag handle, the way we are going to fix it, the front will be different from the bag, okay? From the back, okay? So we are going to fix our back handle on these 4 beads in the middle. So you count these 4 beads right here. So you count 2 from the left. You get the center, the same as this side, okay? When you count 2, you have the center point. So please watch carefully how we weave the back handle, all right? So we have been doing this on my previous videos. So we are weaving around the square, around these 4 beads. So on my left fishing line, I'm going to add 3 beads. I'll add my 3 beads and cross with the 3rd bead and pull. Okay, I'll cross with the 3rd bead and pull. So my front fishing line will go into the 2nd bead on that square. And on the back fishing line, I'll add 2 beads and cross with the 2nd bead and pull. So I'll add 2 beads, I'll cross with the 2nd bead and pull. So we are going to go into the 3rd bead on that square. Okay, into the 3rd bead, and on the back fishing line, we'll add 2 beads and cross with the 2nd bead. So we need just 8 beads for one square, okay? So I'm going into the 4th bead, the last bead, and into this bead that is facing upwards, okay? Into this bead that is facing upward. This is the first 3 beads we added. So we have it like this. I'm going to pick up 1 bead and I'll cross it over, all right, and pull. I'm going to cross it over and pull. Okay, so we are going to continue this one more time. We are weaving around this square, around these 4 beads. Okay, let me do that one more time. So on my left line, I'll add 3 beads. I'll pick up the last bead and cross. Okay, so with my front fishing line, I'll go through the next 1 bead on that square, and on the back fishing line, I'll add 2 beads. And I'm going to cross with the second bead. I'm going into the 3rd bead on that square, into the 3rd bead, and on the back fishing line I'll add 2 beads, and I'm going to cross with the 2nd bead and pull, and I'm going into the last bead on that square and into the bead that is facing upward. Okay, the first 3 beads we added, this is the first bead that is facing upward. We are going to add 1 bead and cross. Like I said, the way we are going to fix the handle for the front is different from the back. So this, you continue like this, and we are going to fix the front as well. All right. So I've fixed it to my desired length. How long you want it is up to you. So I've weaved 1 time in front. Now we are going to form, we want the back handle to have this same sharper end. Okay, we want the mouth of the back to be sharp. So I've weaved 1 time on this square. The same method, 1 time only. All right, now we are going to continue to weave, not on this side like we did at the back. No, not on this side. Okay, we are going to weave on the inside. After you weave once, you are going to pick this square that is on the inside, and you are going to weave around this square on the inside. That is going to form the mouth, that sharp end of the bag. So the same thing we have been doing on my left line. I'm adding 3 beads, just the same thing we have been doing. I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead and pull. We are going to go through the next bead on the square on the inside, the square that is inside, and on our back fishing line we'll add 2 beads. Okay, and cross with the 2nd bead and pull. I'm going to go into the 3rd bead, the same thing we have been weaving, into the 3rd bead on that square on the inside. Okay, this 3rd bead is the bead that is on the actual length of the bag. Okay, I'll add 2 beads and cross with the 2nd bead and pull, and I'm going to go into the last bead on that square and into the bead that is facing upward. Okay, into this bead that is facing upward. Just the same thing we have been doing and repeating it. Okay, we are going to add 1 bead and we are going to cross. I just had to weave it so that you see how sharp the mouth of the bag has become. So can you see that this is how the back handle for the front side is supposed to be, and it's going to match up with the shape of the mouth of the bag. So we are going to join this part to this side. Can you see that? We are going to join it like this. So as you can see, the back side weaving is different from the front. So weave your desired length and then you join it the same way we have been joining the bag. All right. So you just place it, make sure everything is matching up smoothly. Everything matches up well. And then you join both sides together. I know you can do it. The same thing we have been doing for the bag. And voila, this is our half love shape bag. We call it in Ghana broken hearts. This is half a heart shaped bag. So guys, thank you for watching. What do you think about this mini bag? You can also weave a cover to the bag. Just make a few lines and add a magnetic lock. Can you see how beautiful the bag looks? Okay, so guys, thank you for watching. Please, if you are not subscribed to my channel, kindly support your girl by hitting the subscribe button, like and share this video, and please let me get your comments in the comment section. Will you like to make this bag? Will you try it at home? See you next time. Bye.